one short life update video today that's different from my gaming stuff. I've had some comments over the last couple months asking me if I've lost some weight, and I have. I got on the scale at a physical in February this year and clocked in at over 220 pounds, which is the heaviest I'd ever been. So after making some lifestyle choice changes here about 5 months later, I am down 40 pounds, hitting my 180-pound goal that I initially set out for. I'm right around 6 foot, so that's a relatively healthy weight, although I think having been dieting for a little bit now, I'm probably going to push for a little bit more, aiming for somewhere in the 170 range. Before I talk about what worked for me and what I did, I do think it's important to acknowledge that weight loss and lifestyle changes are different for every person. So what worked for me might not necessarily work for you. There's a lot of great professionals and resources out there that you can reach out to if you're someone that's struggling to make changes yourself. That being said, what I did to find success in changing my weight really wasn't that complicated. At the core of it, I just made sure to start eating less. While that sounds really simple, there were three primary changes that I made that enabled this to be possible for me. The first was I stopped drinking calories. Basically, the only thing I drink these days is good regular old-fashioned zero-calorie water. I enjoy unsweet tea, and then occasionally I drink a very nominal amount of calories in these waters that I enjoy. They have a little bit of caffeine to help me stay awake at about 10 calories per bottle, which is very different than the hundreds of calories that sugar-laden drinks often have. The second change that I made was I stopped snacking. So our household, where I come from, where we're constantly grazing out of habit. Anytime I was even a little bit hungry, or even, let's be honest, bored, I would throw something that tasted delicious in my mouth, and those calories really add up over the course of the day. And then the last thing I did that I think was the most important of the three was I started just eating smaller portions at the meals when I was actually eating. If you're someone like my family who goes out to eat quite often in America, restaurant meals and even fast food meals often have 2x or 3x the amount of calories the average human being should be eating in a healthy sitting when they're consuming food. So my food gets to me when we go to takeout, I take it and split it in half or a third right away, and I'm eating just a more regular, reasonable amount. It also saves me some money because the other half of that meal goes into my fridge, and then I get 2 meals out of everything that I buy, which is kind of nice. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to share this because I think hearing stuff like this can be inspirational for other people that want to make a change. I'll also take all of the pats on the backs and thumbs up that we can get inside of the comment section because I appreciate being rewarded and praised for doing something good like any other human being. And I just, I wanted to be healthier for myself and for my kids and for my family, and I think there are other people out there that could hear that and feel inspired to do the same and make a change for themselves. I also think one other thing to call out that I remember feeling when I was starting this at my 220 plus pounds earlier this year was that when I initially started eating less, I felt very bloated at the start, which Google searching said was very common when you start eating less food. Your stomach's generating acid, expecting a certain amount of volume going into it. When you change that volume, it can cause that at the start. So I wanted to share that experience as well. Thanks for listening to me ramble for a few minutes, and I hope everybody out there is on their way to being the best version of themselves as I am aiming to be here every single day. Peace, folks.